Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Unfiltered Waters. Today, we welcome back 8-time Olympic medalists, 5 of them gold, 10-time NCAA champion, and former American record holder. We have the legend, Nathan Adrian. This episode was, I have chills all over my body.
For so many reasons. And I think like the main sentiment that I always have after talking to Nathan is I just love him so much as a human.
Yes, as a human, yeah.
He's truly the best. And he got really deep and vulnerable with us, which I feel like Nathan doesn't show that often. So I was very grateful to kind of hear his side of things that maybe no one else has ever heard before.
Yeah, I feel like it takes him a lot to be willing to kind of share his soul in a way. And, obviously we wanted to have him on because this episode is airing when NCAA starts, men's NCAAs, which we will both be there. So very excited for that in our live show. But I think being able to hear his take, obviously, on NCAAs, being an NCAA champion, it was fun to hear kind of his thoughts around, his time 14 years ago and his time and the time now. And I loved how you kind of asked him about, could he be up there right now if he was competing?
Totally. Like, would you be a 17.50 freestyler?
Yeah.
Who's to say? And I thought it was cool too because you haven't been to an NCAAs yet.
I know.
And so Nathan coming from Cal, and for those of you that are familiar with like the Cal culture and the alumni, they are by far the most incredible alumni unit on the pool deck. Like, there are dozens of them and they're all in bear suits. So like,
I can't wait.
I'm so excited for you to experience that. And I can only imagine like how Nathan felt knowing that he had that alumni network there cheering him on.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when you have like your family or your friends cheering you on in the stands, it just gives you that extra nth degree of wanting to go even harder.
I mean, but like 100 family members, right? Didn't he say there's like 100 alumni coming?
Yes.
I'm
That's unheard of.
I'm just going to get on their party bus and hang out with them the whole time.
Wait, our live show is going to be all Cal Bears.
I was almost like, so if you could get them to get on the Ticketmaster and if you could get them to come, because they're all going to be there. So they probably will come to the live show.
And that's the thing too, like he was saying, a lot of these people that come out to watch, it's a reunion. It's a literal alumni reunion. So they want to be social. They want to be out. They want to be going to happy hours and all that stuff. So I feel like our live show would be quite the spot for them.
Yes. I mean, hopefully this will air the morning after. So let's just say there were 700 people there. We crushed it. And
it was wild. We are going to crush it though. It's going to be awesome.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
And then we moved on to, it's crazy to hear that he filmed Special Forces the season last May, but it just aired a couple months ago. And so we obviously we won't divulge too much, but we dive into all the questions that I know a lot of people have, as well as we both had around his experience on the show.
Yeah, it gave me a whole new perspective of what it's like, because with reality TV, you never really know. Yeah, like you never know like how real it is, right? And this seemed, without giving away too much, very real, very personal, and allowed him to tap into something that we all used to tap into.
Yeah.
Which is really special.
I know. It's like, I feel like he's weirdly have a lot of people that I know that have been on the show.
I know Katie's like, I know I have this friend, that friend, that friend,
like, all these people. But yeah, I think it gave me a totally different perspective. Even to when you watch it, I feel like he was able to give some behind the scenes and just, how he was feeling in some of like the really intense moments. And I think that's the thing about the show that I was most interested about, is they truly take your biggest insecurities and your biggest triggers and put them on blast, and that's just like a terrifying thought, like to have that not only put on blast in a situation, but then like put on TV.
Yeah. For everybody to see.
Yes.
So my question for you is, after speaking with Nathan, and I know Special Forces has reached out to you, do you think you would do it?
I feel like, yes, it would just have to be like the right time, that's like obviously like when they reached out before, it was like going to be right before, like in May, right? Like we were leaving it was going to be trials, and then we were going to Paris.
Oh, it was this year that they reached out to you.
Yeah. Oh, it wouldn't have been, no, but it would have been They filmed it the next season because like obviously they were already going, but it was like for the next season.
Right, they bank seasons.
Yes, yes. And so I was just like, oh, like I can't pull off the travel. Like we were already traveling all summer, and they reached out to Missy too.
How long is it that they require for you to be away, like no contact?
I think it's like 30 days, like a month.
It's a long time.
So I just, like I was like, I can't pull this off. But I think the thing that draws me to it, and like if you'd ask like Todd, he'd be like, there's no way that you want to like, but I think like we talk about this, and I'll shut up in a second, but like being able to put yourself to that limit, the do or die mentality that we all had in swimming. And like, I've never, I mean, you can talk about it, but like I have to this day since swimming not been tested to the level that he talks about.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't know if I have either.
Yeah. Which kind of makes you sad, right?
Yeah, because like that's where I, at least as an athlete, got so much of my confidence in and out of the water.
And fulfillment.
Totally.
I feel like. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that he was able to get some of that.
Yeah.
Even with the downs of it, like it is an uncomfortable place to be, and he's doing things that he's never done before, and he'll tell you all about it. I don't want to spoil anything. I know. It also gave me a new appreciation for Nathan as a human, and just like how well-rounded he is and how self-aware he is, and how even though he's past the point of his swimming career, he's still looking for ways to push himself to that like next level. That a lot of us kind of lose once we're done swimming.
Yeah. His two girls are very lucky.
All of his girls. Hallie,
Brooklyn,
Parker.
I know.
They're the cutest family ever. Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll let you get into the episode. Without further ado, enjoy Nathan Adrian. Sleep is the foundation of our health. But as we all know, sometimes life gets in the way. It's hard to fall asleep or stay asleep, or you just wake up not feeling your best, super groggy and tired. Dream Recovery's mission from the very start has been to provide products that help do just that. Wake up ready to fight and conquer the day. They've designed high-quality mouth tape as well as dream strips. They've got their blue light blocking glasses, sleep masks, all products designed to help you sleep your very best. I want to talk about the dream strips today. So they've got, of course, their mouth tape. They've got their Dream Tape Plus. But I know so many people I hear are so nervous when they hear the word mouth tape, taping your mouth at night. The dream strips are an amazing gateway to get you used to having something on your mouth. It's just a singular vertical strip over your lips. It's not scary. And I can say from my personal experience, I was really scared to try it. And now for the last year, I cannot go without it. I fall asleep faster. My nervous system relaxed because I'm breathing through my nose, as we all should, and I wake up feeling awesome no matter what. So we've got a special code for you guys. It's Unfiltered 30, which give you 30% off of all the Dream products. So try it out and have the best night's sleep ever. We are so excited to be in Federal Way, Washington for the NCAA Division I Swimming and Diving Championships. This is my very first NCAAs, so I'm very excited to see you all there. Get your seats at ncaa.com/tickets. The men's championships are March 26th, so today, through the 29th. Again, visit ncaa.com/tickets to get them today. Also, be sure to visit seattlesports.org to access the championship microsite with links to results and prelim live streams. And if you're here in Federal Way, there's info about the facility, getting there, and what you can do to enjoy while you're here during your visit in Federal Way. Again, that's everything you need to know at seattlesports.org. And a huge thanks to the hosts, Washington State University, the Seattle Sports Commission, the City of Federal Way, and the Weyerhaeuser King County Aquatic Center for hosting this year's championships and helping make our live event possible. Nathan Adrian, welcome back to Unfiltered Waters.
Yes, thanks for having me back.
Yes, so much to catch up on. This episode is airing on the day that men's NCAAs starts, so the 26th. So you being an NCAA champion individually multiple times, the team winning, and then obviously just being a stud, we want to obviously get your take on all things NCAAs, your experiences, but also like catch up on major things that have been happening in your life so far.
Yeah, let's do it. There's a lot to catch up on.
I want to hear about what you think about these top 5 power rankings. Texas number 1, IU number 2, Cal number 3, Florida number 4, 5 ASU. How are your Bears going to do? Hot take right now.
Wow, out of the gate.
I'm going for it.
I mean, I'm never going to bet against Cal. IU and Texas have like just unreal teams this year. It's like the game has changed so much. Like, it's not the same game really, but we're still gonna. I guess when you're there, the game is the same, and that's kind of the fun part of watching it. Man, that's what I miss about it. That's what gives me the butterflies when I'm watching it. Is just that camaraderie, that team building that you spent all year doing, and then just those few people that manage to muster up something from an unexpected performance because they really feel the pressure of the moment or they want to perform for their peers or whatever. Those are just such magical times. So that's what's fun about watching NCs for me. Yeah, we're working, man. Cal Bears are always going to be working hard. Dave is he's the most organized and professional person that I know. I still to this day I'm like, what would Dave do in my situation in like many different aspects of my life. So yeah, I have utmost faith in the Bears to make the alumni proud. I'm actually sipping out of my Big C Society cup right now.
I also love your wallpaper, by the way. Like I saw another interview that you did, and I was like, I love his background. Like
I noticed that too. Is that you or Hallie, or was it a combined decision?
It was I think I want to do wallpaper, honey, and I said that sounds like a good idea.
Although I'm the opposite. Like Todd is the designer, and I'm like, sure, that looks good. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, Allie is amazing. Like literally everything is done by Hallie. I would still like live in probably like a 700 square foot apartment and like have clothes all over the floor if it wasn't for her. But it's not without its slight burden because it is just always changing. It is never okay. Nothing is ever just like, oh, this is the way the house is going to be. There's just like always I'm like, what are you looking at right now? And she's like, well, I don't like the sage wall that we painted. I want all the walls to be sage now. So we got to either do that or we're going to like get some decals to make the sage. And no, the sage is also too sage. It needs to be a lighter shade of sage, which is going to be a pain because you can't just like paint over it. You have to do many coats to make the green lighter. And then we got there's like stickers that are going to be on the way soon, or like some sort of like wallpaper. They are very cute, like little trees and things. But yeah, it's a never-ending process. But I think I have.
Like we struck a nerve.
Yeah, did we trigger you? You're unloading.
No, I actually enjoy it a lot because I do love living in it. But there was like this. I don't know in before there was just like this finality to furnishing a house, right?
Yeah,
it's furnished, but it's not actually ever furnished now. It's just we're living on a treadmill. And when I changed my perspective to match that, life got a lot easier.
Good. Happy wife, happy life.
Furnished, not finished. Ever.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, I did not mean to go down a rabbit hole with that, but I mean.
Oh no, don't mind it.
We love it. How close are you monitoring, in contact with the guys at Cal, and then just overall in the NCAA space?
Not as much as I want to be. I mean, my life is unfortunately fortunately or unfortunately, like just very caught up in family life. I am super blessed to be able to spend a lot of my day with the girls. Like this morning, I went to a little place called Art Barn, where it's just like you walk around and chase the kiddos, and they do art. And it was a lot of fun, and so that's kind of what it's not my entire day. I mean, I have a very packed afternoon full of swim school activities too. But that is that. I guess in this part of my life with young kids, I just haven't been able to engage as much as I would otherwise like to. So really, it's just limited to a couple texts here and there. I keep in touch with like some of the people that I swam with a little better, whether it be Natalie or Ryan or whoever. But yeah, that's kind of where I get my new swimming gossip and news and things.
The goss.
Yeah, the goss.
So, and I feel like we're going to be bouncing around a lot.
I mean,
this
that's
podcast,
just
which is
you
fine.
and me in conversation with anyone.
And Nathan too.
Yeah.
Okay, but Katie, this is a fun fact, has
What are you
never
about to say?
been
Oh.
to an NCAA's before.
I know.
So Nathan,
Oh my
Cal, I know. I want you to tell her what to expect from the Cal alumni because they are by far the best alumni every single meet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's
insane.
gonna be great. This year's gonna be fantastic too, actually. So I mean, it's in Federal Way, right?
Yeah.
Like Federal Way is sometimes hard to get people. I mean, that's my home pool. Like I grew up swimming all my big meets there, but it's Federal Way. It's not Austin, for example. It's sometimes a little harder to get the alumni to travel there. But one of our really strong alumni that's good at rallying the troops kind of took charge this year. And last I heard, actually, I'm not going to tell you how many people there are, but it's going to be a lot. I don't want to. Oh wait, no, this is airing the first day, so it's not.
Yeah.
It's, okay, we're good.
Wait.
I think you got like almost
It's
100
amazing.
people to
What?
go. So, yeah. So I mean, he was last I saw him. We were working out together like last week or something, and he was like, "Yeah, the party bus is full. I might have to get another one." I'm like, "What
There's a party
what a
bus?
problem." Oh yeah, no party buses, of course.
Oh my gosh.
And they wear like bear suits.
I know because
Oh,
Durs was
yeah.
on here and Durs like reposted like all your guys' pictures. I remember last year with the bear. Oh, I wish you could go. You could be the leading charge of the bear costume.
I had a bear costume, and then it was in my garage for too long and got dusty and just destroyed, unfortunately. So it's like it had to go away. But yeah, no. I mean, it's like formalized, right? It's like the bear costume, the bear suits. We call them bear suits. There was an email that went out saying, "Hey, anybody calling all people with bear suits?" Unfortunately, I don't have mine anymore, but like send it to Cal, and then Cal is going to facilitate the logistics of getting it out to the alumni. Like. It's a production. It's not easy getting all this stuff done, but I mean the guy who kind of takes charge just like loves doing it and does an awesome job, and then everybody, all the alumni and all the parents get to enjoy and reap the rewards from it.
That's sick. I mean, does any other college do that? I don't feel like that's so unique.
I would say, Nathan, and you can disagree with me, I don't think anybody comes even close to Cal.
I have a very limited perspective, and my perspective is that I feel lucky to be part of it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. When you look back on your time, I know it's been, I wouldn't say like been forever because I hate making
Kinda
jokes.
has.
I mean, kind of has. I can say that too because I'm older than you. I'm right a year older than you.
No, you were born in 89, weren't you?
Yeah.
I'm 88. I'm at the end of 88.
Okay. Well, so basically
Close
the same
enough.
at this
Yeah.
point.
We are really similar ages, yes.
Yeah, really similar ages, so I can say this, but like it was a long time ago. Like do you still think back when you watch NCAAs? Like, do you have any favorite memories of either the team or yourself?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, of course. So many of them. I mean, it's funny. I mean, like I try to work out now as much as I can, and like I go into the pool and I swim hard, and then I'm like, I'm tired. I'm done now. Right? Like, I have the rest of my day. Like, I want to keep some of my willpower intact to, like, do my day-to-day jobs and things. And honestly, and even with the girls, I mean, as much as I love it, like, negotiating with a 4-year-old is, like, takes a lot of energy. So I don't want to, like, use that in the pool when I otherwise would need to keep it to keep my sanity. And, like, what a team can elicit from you in terms of like going beyond what you think you're capable of, and that just is probably just so trite. Like people hear that all the time, but it's just so true. And I I guess I felt it in some ways since swimming, but like that was just so consistent, right? Just like morning practice is for me now is like, did I sleep well enough to make it through the day and still be like okay and functional by the time nighttime comes around? Blah blah. Okay, I'll go do swim now. Or otherwise, it's like no, we didn't have a good night's sleep. I was up 3 times, walking the girls back to the beds, or hearing cries or whatever it might be. I'm gonna sleep because I need it. But like when you're in it, it's like no, I gotta wake up. Like it's 5:15. I gotta get up. I gotta be at the pool for my boys. And the same kind of deal goes for like performance. You're just like, oh my god, like we have like I just put everything I feel like I had on the line, and we still have 2 more rounds of this set. Like there's just nothing else. I haven't found that I have the willpower to go there without having that team around me and that kind of those common goals with those teammates. And it's just like something so special because like I don't know, you find a way of being impressed by all your teammates because they're doing it, and then impressing yourself from what you're able to do as well. I mean, it is an absolutely brutal meet. Even I mean, didn't they take like some of the prelim relays away or something?
Yeah,
we used to have prelim relays, but like still, there's just so like you have to go so hard in every race now. Like you can't. Even the best guys can't go all that easy in the morning. So like it is a crazy emotional and difficult meet physiologically to try to race that fast that many times in a row.
I agree. I'm so glad they took away prelim relays. We used to have to do prelims to qualify for finals.
And there's no like the Olympics, right, where there's alternates. It's like you're swimming it both times. Right?
There's different games you can play, Katie.
Yeah.
And so like in a way, like if you're cuspy, if you're like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th seed, no. Like you're throwing your A squad in there, and if they get 9th, then it's like, crap, we got to go again. If you get 8th, then you're like, yeah, we made it. The worst we can get is 8th now. We just captain not deep. And then for like again, when like my time at Cal, we were fortunate enough that like we would throw our A squad on there, but in the 50, we would take a breath on the second 25 or something like that, right? Or I could like talk to Dave and be like, hey, what are we doing? Like if it's a medley relay or something, like oftentimes I would be off of that one. We had someone who could step in for me, but if I was on it, it'd be like, Dave, what are we doing here? Like, is our heat good enough? Like if we just win, can we just win the heat and can we make it in? Or like, nah, like we can't mess around today. Like we gotta really go for it. So yeah, there's, oh man, it is just a crazy game of energy management.
Okay, pause for a second. You just said as a way to like chill in the morning, like take a breath. Like that's people who are not swimmers. Like you're like normally you don't breathe at all in the 50s.
Oh right, yeah.
I just want you to like recognize that as like we're allowed to breathe as our way to like relax in the morning,
while still like splitting an 18 point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Chill.
Great call out. No,
that was good, Katie. Oh my god.
I feel like all I do with interviews with Nathan is just like call out his breath. Like Nathan has the it got 2 million views because he has the most insane. Like when he does the 100 free, it doesn't look like he's breathing.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, we showed the video and people freaked out. People were like, "I tried this at the pool, but then I choked on water. There's no way it's possible." And
you're like, "We rolled the tapes.
Like,
it is.
It's from the Olympic Games. Like it's not fake."
Yeah.
It wasn't like I wasn't doing air. I don't know.
It's not AI. We promise.
Suffocate.
Exactly.
Dude, Nathan, so when you see these guys like Leendo and Crooks and Matt, I mean, the events that you swam are always stacked, but I feel like right now there's another level of just like eliteness.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch that and are you happy that you're not there? or is there a part of you that's like, maybe I could have been 17 point, had I been in this era of swimming?
Wow. I've actually really never let my head go there before. I don't know. I don't know. I do, and I do firmly believe that like part of the reason that they are going so fast is because they're extraordinary athletes. Like no doubt about that. But they also have each other to push each other because they know they need to go faster. Like that was, I mean, I think that's just like the beauty of swimming overall is that just the ceiling is still just getting raised and we don't know where it is yet. So that is, I would have loved to been in the mix competing, man. But maybe in some ways I'm grateful that I had the time that I had when I had it. That I'm happy with that.
I do agree with that, though. I think like if you look at the reason records get broken is because that's the current base or like the current time you're reaching for. So like when I look back on times, I'm like, oh my God, how are they so much faster than I was? I feel like there's some level I'm like, well, but that's like the time you're reaching for. Like that's why I actually think Super Suits like 2009 was, while in the moment was frustrating, I think it was such a blessing for the sport because it became like, okay, no, here, like people are, you're always like, you're Nathan Adrian, like you're always going to rise to the occasion. So it's like such a hard question to answer because you're a humble guy and we'd answer the same way. But I think you'd be 17.8, 17.5, 17.6. Like if that's where the, you know, the line is.
I'd like to think so. I mean, so I think to your point, like we could, like I could walk away from practice going times being like, okay, like I'm going to be 18 mid, like we're in a good place, right? And I'd look at Dave and be like, yeah, man, like give him a little like fist bump, nice job today. Walk away, be in the locker room and like take a shower, feel proud of myself for doing it. Now, like you wouldn't be able to. And like,
you'd be like, that was
like
rough.
Walking away, you'd be like, oh, that wasn't good enough. Like I got to figure something out. The rest of the day, like whether it be your subconscious or your conscious mind, like figuring out like, what do I need to do? And like, I look at my old swims and I'm like, there's a bunch of stuff that I could have done like to be better. And like, I didn't necessarily need to do it. And that was honestly a flaw in my, people ask you about like, you know, if you regret anything. And the answer is no, but if I could go back and change some things and to be faster, I do think I could have.
Yeah.
I have a question. You kind of alluded to it earlier about, you know, the limit. Nobody's going to be able to swim a 50 free in 0 seconds.
This is such a good discussion.
Nathan, where is the ceiling? Where does it stop?
What is the ceiling? I don't know, Elizabeth.
Isn't it crazy to think about?
I don't know, and I do think there's something to be said about the fact that it's just like water is not the medium that we're like meant to move through, which is why we can just continue to like improve. And I think for track, it's like, this is just inherent genetics and like what our bodies are meant to do. So we just kind of found that ceiling a little earlier. Now it's just like, it's amazing what people are able to do. And like, I mean, obviously like seeing what people are able to do underwater, like Michael kind of transformed the idea of using underwater. And now we have all these dudes that are like insanely like powerful, figuring out how to move their spines through the water with that much power and speed at the same time, which is just like, it's hard to do because like for me, my spine would like lock up if I did too much stuff in the weight room from it. And then I would have no mobility and my dolphin kicks such like wouldn't work. It'd be like these little knee twitches. So I think that's like people figured out how to get that done. And what is the next thing? Like I just don't even know.
Yeah, it is. I think it's the most, I could go on and on with that for every event. It's like, yeah, it's not going to be 0, but where does it stop? I mean, yeah, like in 100 years, is it going to just be okay to have like a motor like suit? do you know what I mean? Like,
who's got the best motor?
But like, it has to, like, as things evolve, like if you think of like the 1900s, they're wearing what, wool suits? They're not like thinking that our suits are going to look, you know, so that technology always plays a factor. Obviously human physiology plays a factor, but it's like, it's wild.
Spooky.
It is spooky. Like 11 seconds in the 50 eventually or something.
And we still just have so much to like learn. Like all the data from people, like our inability to collect data in terms of for training and then like kind of
Yes.
analyze that is like it's limited to our memories, right? Like actually,
Yes.
Paul, Katie, for you, Paul might actually have like records of all the sets that you did.
100%.
Yeah, I think he was a pretty organized guy. But for me, I mean, we didn't, and like until we have like either the ability to collect it like autonomously and then compare it to like, I mean, there's just so much we don't know.
Yeah.
And so much of training is based off of these assumptions about what might work and what has worked in the past, and there's still just so far to go.
Yeah. I'm curious about, so you guys won in 2011. I feel like there's so much video, in the football locker room and hockey and basketball of like them winning, they're pouring champagne and they're like doing dances. What does the locker room look like at Cal or when you guys won?
Oh, I think, well, it's not the exact same because we're not going to like a locker room, right? But we have like an awesome team dinner at the end, and there's there's some fun speeches that are made. Some parents may or may not have, indulged a little in too much champagne, and they grab the mic, and those are always funny. But nothing's too crazy. I mean, we get to go home and we get to take a week off and live like regular students. And in March, April is like when the weather is really starting to get nice at Cal, so we get to enjoy that. And then I mean, we just go back and get ready to do it again.
Yeah.
Summers are just so much more angelic than every other sport, I feel like.
I know.
It's a good
thing.
It
is a good thing. I feel like you have to be, though, to be the best.
You do because there's no season.
Mm-hmm.
Like you guys are coming back and you're preparing for Worlds or the Olympics or
that is exactly it. Half the foreigners are like getting ready to go to the next like pro swim series to get their A cut, either for the Olympics or World Championships, and like they're literally like in the water the next day. So it's not like I think that's a great way to put it, Katie. There's just no end of the season.
Yeah, never ends.
Nathan, I'm curious because it never ends, and I feel like maybe all of us here felt this, but what was your relationship with the idea of taking a break? Did you ever, or did you feel the pressure of those foreigners that you were swimming with to kind of like, oh man, like they're going to a pro swim, like I got to get ready?
Yeah, there was definitely a dual mentality of that. And it was this like, kind of like a great lesson in the grass always being greener, right? Because like in the moment you're like, oh, like I should be training, I should be going to this pro swim series, and then when you're in training, you're like, oh, no, I would have had a break. So, I did. I think I kind of learned. You know what? It was actually after 2008, after because holy crap, you guys remember? I didn't go home after trials. I just went straight to Stanford.
Dang.
So
we all did.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
I think some people went home. Like some of the smart people, like. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Could we?
I'm pretty
Was
sure.
that allowed?
Like, for example, Natalie like might have been able to go home because she lived an hour away or whatever. But like our training, how long were our training camps back then? It was like
a month.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were at trials. Let's call it a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then we were at training camp for a month. Then we get to the Olympics a week before, and then we go a week of the Olympics. Then you stay there. It was insane. I was 19 years old. I thought I was like just ready to go like back to college because I just wanted to like go hang out with my friends and show them a gold medal and stuff. And then like I talked to Dave and he was like, "Hey, you think you need to go home for this?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." He's like, "Okay, but if you change your mind, let me know." And like, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks into the school year, I was just like feeling really funky. I was like, "Yeah, I think you should probably go home and spend some time with your family." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, cool." So then I bought a flight and I went home. So he totally called it right then, right? Like just kind of knowing or being able to like see forward enough into like whatever your season may be, even though it may not feel like it at the moment that I needed to go home and get that family time, like knowing that I did need it at some point. It was really helpful. So that was 2008. So I think after that, I kind of learned that a break was important for me. And then I always also just kind of indexed my own like my own personal level of like overtraining based off of my relationship with the sport, like my like internal monologue with the sport. Um, this why am I doing this? Probably means like, oh, I need to like spend Sunday and maybe even a Monday morning completely away and tell Dave like, hey, I need Monday off or Monday morning off, and then I would inevitably always come back Monday afternoon like ready to go. So it was just a matter of like getting some rest and recovery.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I could talk about NCAAs on and on, but we have to talk about
We have to, yeah, of course we do.
I mean, endless questions. I guess just start around like how you're feeling now about it being removed multiple months, and then we can move into kind of just like some of the nitty gritty.
Like how I'm feeling about my own NCAA or
No,
like
special forces.
special forces. Oh, whew. All right. So I filmed Special Forces last May. It's been a while. So I had actually already done it by the time I saw you in at trials, but I just couldn't talk about it.
I feel like Grievers like said something. He was like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Dang it, why can't we talk to him about it?" But I like didn't. I wanted to respect your privacy, but because I feel like I know Hannah Brown who's done it. I know Stephanie Rice who's done it. Like and Tyler Cameron. So I have 3 people that I know now. You. So I feel like I love hearing the differences of people's reactions to it, and it just sounds like mental and physical warfare.
Yeah, it was insane, absolutely insane. And there's really like. I'm not sure if there was anything that could have prepared me for it, and like it, the thing that really doesn't come across on TV, in my opinion, is just how real it seems, and then like just how like the state of your own emotional state and your own physiological state, like literally for day one. Like call time is like, okay, be in the lobby at 2:45. Or the cab's coming at 3 a.m. Okay, so you're not going to sleep well because you're all excited about the next day, and then you like the second you get to sleep, you got to basically wake up, and then you drive for a couple hours, and then they stick us in these cabs, and they're not feeding us, like there's no breakfast at 2 a.m. right, and then you're stuck in the cab for hours, and then finally you're like taken away on this boat. So like starting from square one, we were just exhausted and hungry, and like. Now I know there's no better way to really get emotions out of people, than like sleep deprive them and make them really hungry, and then you have to start doing these physiological tasks. So that I mean, at day one again, you have to swim. That's funny. So at the hotel that we were at, they made every contestant do like a swim test or something, like swim 200 yards or something, and like. When they pushed us off the boat, I'm pretty sure it was like a little further than 200 yards. But we did have like a life vest on. So, but like, okay, wasn't expecting to get cold and wet. Some people had like cashmere like shoes on and things that were just like totally ruined. And then like you go and you just get yelled at, man. You just get yelled at a lot by these people that you really respect, and like you just want. It is a lot like having a coach again, right? Because like I haven't had that relationship with a person in a while, and like just like really wanting to do the right thing and listen to them and make them proud in a way. Yeah, I mean, ask me more questions. I want to hear like a little bit about, because I watched everyone else's seasons, including like VPNing into wherever I needed to watch Stephanie's season as well. Tell me about like what they thought of it.
Oh my gosh. Well, Hannah won. Like she's such a little badass. Like I feel like she was just like, yeah, I just like a lot of it sounded like for her, it was like the physical stuff, like that she was able to overcome. And knowing her now more, it was like physical is her thing. For Steph, they like, this is the thing that makes me so nervous. Like they reached out to me and asked me to do this. And I didn't
know that.
Yeah, and Missy, and like I feel like they would go after the mental piece, and I want to hear what they kind of like honed in on for you. And for Steph, it was like like I told you, like it was like burying her alive, and it like was psychological warfare. And I feel like in like the pre-interviews, they like go in and they're like, this is the thing that's gonna like unhinge them. Tyler Cameron was like flirting with the interrogator in like this, so he was fine. Like he was like literally hitting on her, and she's like, "This is not a joke." It was so funny. So each person had kind of their own personalities, like really come out. And I don't know, you tell me if, like, we'll obviously talk about the Cam Newton matchup, but I wonder, like, looking back, like, what was the thing that you feel like they honed in on as, like, okay, this is the switch that we're going to flip. Let's see how he reacts.
Sadly, I wasn't there long enough to find out. That's actually something that I'm pretty bummed about. I failed tasks. I mean, the helicopter, God, jumping in the helicopter wasn't the fairest task in the world because I had to fully lay out and I didn't even touch it. And then it was like close enough for other people to basically eat a dinner off of.
Why do they do that to you?
Probably that could be the start of them pressing my buttons. I really don't know.
I feel like.
So I did fail that one. On the bridge one, I actually went first on that one, and I passed it. And then let's see. I mean, it was a crazy experience. So one of the craziest things about it was the beehive thing. So when we were there, it was that really early morning, like not eating, and then when they did feed us, it was basically like what the equivalent of what you get out of like an airport vending machine, like white bread without the crust and like one single like thing of turkey and one single thing of cheese, and then that was a long day of filming, and then we go back home and we kind of think we're done, not sure, like just kind of hanging out. And then we got to go, and it's cold outside. We do this like the beehive thing, where they basically just put us in a big tank. I don't know, it's probably like 7 or 8 feet deep of water, and it was cold water. I mean, it felt like the San Francisco Bay temperature, like I don't know, 50 to mid 50s. So cold, like ice bath cold, and people were just actively drowning. I mean, like in terms of like lifeguard like certifications, it's just like these people are active. I want to help them, but I'm afraid that I'm going to get yelled at. And there is actually a lifeguard there. So like the guy would be like, all right, take like people, gosh, man, I'm not explaining this well. First of all, we have combat boots on. So take away your feet completely. You cannot like, if you kick, it actually pulls you down. So like most people's like natural reaction is to kick and to skull or push the water down, whatever it might be. But kicking does not help you. The best thing you can possibly do is just hold a big deep breath and let that buoyancy kind of carry you a little bit. But like no one else was swimmers. They don't know this. So they're panicking, and literally people around me are drowning. And it's scary because like it's like they're screaming like, I can't do this. And then they go under, and I'm like, oh my God, like, can we please like help them? The lifeguard would grab them with the tube, pull them back to the wall. And then they had to like come back out. Like they would get to rest on the wall, catch their breath, and then the DS would like see them again and be like, hey, you like come back out here. Like poor Jordan is kind of who I'm thinking about here, where like it just like flipped this like trigger in her, and like it was just really, really emotional and scary because like for me, like it was cool, but like I felt these emotions from them. Like I was starting to be like, this is scary. Am I in danger? Like what's going on? It's just because like because they felt that panicky, like those emotions were contagious, and I felt them too, which was a really eye-opening experience for me. Because again, like it's like Todd just went and did ice baths. Like flew to Finland to do, And then
he sought it out.
Yeah.
I am so excited to be recording this ad because our endless pool in our home is officially done. We have done all the landscaping around it. Everything looks incredible. And you guys, I cannot tell you enough how happy we are with it. So Hayes and I made the decision to buy an endless pool and have it put in our backyard. We, of course, both love the water. We want it to be a big part of our family life. And we thought, what better way to have access to the pool every single day than having one in our own backyard? So for those of you guys that don't know, endless pool, it's a smaller pool, but it has a current in it. So you can set the current to any time, any speed that you want, and you can still essentially swim laps against the current. And you can also turn the current off and just use it as a normal pool. We have been in it every single night after dinner. Caitlin refuses to get out of it. And it's just so amazing knowing that whenever we want to swim, we literally just get to walk outside and hop in our pool. So we are so happy with this. It's one of the best things we've done for ourselves and for our home. We all love being back in the water again. We've got an incredible discount for you guys. You can go to endlesspools.com/unfiltered for $1,000 off. But their website is also a great place to learn more about all the different products they offer to see if Endless Pools is right for you and your family.
But like I wholeheartedly think that he would feel those same feelings
For sure.
if he had 15 other people around him that were absolutely panicking and experiencing that. So like that was just like the psychology of like being in groups for me. That was really an interesting thing to experience.
What was the hardest and scariest thing that you went through during your time on the show?
Having to freaking put on boxing gloves and fight Cam Newton.
Yeah. All right.
I need to
dive in. Tell us about it.
Like from the moment they did they just walk up? I don't want to put words in your mouth. Like, when did you know?
I think I was in the car. Oh, so I was in the car with Alana and Christy, and we were driving, and we were like, "What's coming next? What's coming next?" And I was like, "Ah, God, I don't know. I just hope it's anything but the billing." And it was funny. This is like a surfer coming up. Christy was having a lot of trouble clearing the water from her ears, so I was just like giving her like the straighten out your ear canal, like give it some shakes, like
Yeah.
doing the whole thing. And then Alana comes through with like is that not working? Oh, here, let me do this thing. She'd probably not want me to share this. Alana will like take her hair and like, if that's not working, she'll like turn it into like a little like poker and just like put her hair into her ear to break the surface tension, and then it like kind of dribbles out. I'm like, yo, like she gets pummeled by waves and gets like water deeper into her ears than anybody. She would know, and like what I was giving her, Chrissy, wasn't working, and Alana got like popped the surface tension of the little water like droplet and got it out.
I've never heard of that in my life.
I mean, that should be now shared far and wide with all swimmers.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Lick your
Just like make a little spear of hair and just like, just gotta break it. It's probably not good for your eardrum. Really don't do it. Disclaimer, this is not medical advice. But yeah, so I mean, then we just like, we stop in these Land Rovers. These are not the Land Rover of 2025. These are like the old school Land Rovers with like a bench seat in the back, and we have these massive packs that don't even really have anything in it except like actual sandbags and like fluff. They just are supposed to be like 30 pounds or whatever. So they're huge. And we're like, there's a lot of big people, and we're stuffed in the back of these Land Rovers. And then we stop, and they yell at us to get out and hurry up, and we gotta like run everywhere. And we run up to our little platform. I mean, it's so funny, it's so comical to think about it now, but like you are just so freaking scared of getting in trouble. And then like talking about like what we were talking about before with the team, like you don't want to be the person that messes everybody up. Like if you're the person that's in the back and they're telling us to run, they're gonna be like, oh, number one, you did up for everybody. Like you're gonna pay for that, and then everyone has to suffer for it. But then they take us to this field, and then I kind of see what's going on, and then they give us a spiel, and then you just know. And it was it was another experience. Now, kind of like reliving it in my head a little bit. It was another experience that was really eye-opening psychologically. Once again, in the same way, because we had to watch these people that we were just, and it was probably like mild at that point. It was like mild levels of trauma, but we were just going through mild levels of trauma with these people. We were sleeping in the same like accommodations with them. We were using the same wooden toilets with them. We were creating this bond, and the bond is very real. And then you have to fight them. And then you're seeing like these people that are your good friends at this point, like having to fight each other. And if they like aren't punching hard enough, they get yelled at like to punch harder, and then they do. And it's like it was really weird. It was very primal. You see it, and like it kind of turned into a video game for me, where like I could hear my heartbeat in my ears, and like the time dilation started kicking in, like things started like moving a little slower, and just like it was very, very strange. And then I think Cam and I went last. Yeah, I think Cam and I went last. I kind of knew, unfortunately, that I would have to fight him, because like who else was going to? Like I would have loved to fight anyone else.
Anybody?
Literally anybody. But like the size matchup just made it so that it was likely that him and I would get matched up against each other, and it was a lot. I mean, it was a lot. So punching somebody is not something that comes super naturally to me, but it was like, well, either do that or just sit there and get punched.
Yeah.
And Cam, to his credit, like I don't think they didn't like show a ton of this, but Cam like he didn't want to fight either. Like I think he like raised his hand and was like, "Hey, can I just like forfeit?" Heck, he knew he was gonna win. We all knew he was going to win, but like they wanted us to fight, so we fought. And at the beginning, like we were fighting, punching each other, nothing. And then I think I hit him, and then this like the switch kind of flipped, and then like obviously the guy is a physical specimen, knows how to use his physicality through his sport, and yeah, he switched on then, and that's when like I got knocked to the ground, and then eventually got punched in the face.
Wow. I mean, you could definitely see that he was like, oh, okay, now I go into that mode. Like it'd be like if you were in a swimming competition and it'd be like, oh no, now I need to like go that time and beat that person. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, it was super, like you say that they didn't find like your switch, but I almost feel like every competition was geared at someone. And I feel like that competition was like geared at you to test you.
It could have been. It could, and like, I mean, I felt the seeing red as much as anybody in those moments. Like I wasn't trying to lose, you know.
No.
Like I don't. Yeah. I don't know.
Have you ever punched anyone before?
No, not for
Yeah.
real. I mean, like scuffles with my brother when I was 6 years old, you know, and he was 11, 12. Like,
Nathan, why did you go on the show? No, and I mean that in like a good way.
I'm saying it's a great question.
Yeah.
Like,
I would go again like tomorrow if I could.
Wow.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Hallie hated it.
I bet.
I would hate it too.
Basically, everybody hated it, but it was. I mean, I learned so much about myself in those situations. Like just like the pure novelty of it. Like my life right now is wonderful and comfortable, and obviously I deal with varying levels of stress, but like. Through swimming, I created this like place that I can raise my kids and have this happy home and happy environment. I love it. That doesn't mean that there's not this part of me in my brain that's like, dude, what else can you do? Like, can you like, I don't know, could you do that? and I don't, I can have these conversations, but like, I don't actually know, and I don't actually get to like test myself to that extreme, level. And this was that, and I didn't win, but I would go back and I'd try again for sure.
I love that.
I
was
love
not
that.
expecting you to say that.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, I feel
No,
like
I mean this sincerely. What's kind of crazy. So I think we probably all do in our swimming careers. We've run across people that have gone into like some branch of special forces.
yeah.
And like you kind of knew like there's just a fuse loose or something about them. It's just like they needed something more. And like I would consistently, I had no desire to do that personally, but like I would always wonder, could I have, right? And like, it's funny when you're just like walking around or like driving like through a mountain. Do you guys ever look at the peak and be like, could I climb that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever asked myself that question. Now I will.
Yeah.
You ask yourself, like, you're driving, you're like, could I do it?
Yeah, like how long would it take, or like, yeah.
I feel like I do that, like we've asked that, like, how long could you tread water, like with that? How long? I feel like there's the questions of like, like what could I withstand? And I get the show because it's the show, but it like is like you said, it feels so real. Like it puts you in that do or die situation, which is so hard to replicate. Like you already said, like, you're working out by yourself. Like you're not going to push yourself to the same level as you would when you're with all your Cal teammates. So that piece I think is exciting to like be like, did you feel almost a sense of like, oh, I still got it? Because sometimes I'm like, do I still have it?
I feel like I was able to access a level of grit that I hadn't felt in a really, really long time. And that was something that was absolutely spectacular. I loved it. I really loved it. I mean, it's just straight from adrenaline and cortisol, just like coursing through your veins. But it was nice. It was like, yeah, that piece is still there. And that was a nice part of it.
Yeah.
I don't think I could go on Nathan, for reference, I could not even watch the scene of you getting punched.
We watched it together. She had to leave.
I left the room. Like I would have forfeited. Like honestly, if I had been on that show, I would have been like, I'm out.
But like that's who's sitting here now.
I can't punch. I don't know.
I think
Nathan,
what do you think?
Same issue on season 1, didn't she, Katie? I don't remember exactly how Nastia went out, but she really, really, really did not feel comfortable. I think it was maybe I don't know if it was the milling one or if it was the Red Man one where they were supposed to just like beat up on the Red Man, but she was like super uncomfortable with it.
I mean, yeah, it's like it's a valid feeling. I have no idea how I would feel. The reason I'm questioning you is just, I also know when you're taking your mark and you're diving in for 400 IM at World Championships and Olympics, you turn into a killer.
Yeah, but
you don't
swimming.
I know. No, I know. It's a good conversation though. It's like, I don't know how, like you get to know now, Nathan, like you're like, all right, let's go. This is uncomfortable. But like, I would be curious. You actually have flipped my mindset after hearing it. At first I was like, hell no, I would not go on it. But now you really like put a bow on it. Like I actually feel like I would be like, I kind of want to know how I'd react.
Yeah. And I think that it's going to put you in a place that really you're just never going to go to otherwise. Likely you will never go to otherwise. Just with the amount of stress, and they know how to put that stress on you.
Yeah, they're experts.
Yeah.
And the ability to, and I would have had a lot of trouble with the buried alive thing too. And in my season, I'd like to think I would have been the one who got buried alive because I would have done the number of burpees. But I think one of the things that's so amazing about those who have, passed the actual test to become, special forces operators is their ability to understand that anything that's happening to them will eventually pass, right? And just, I mean, we got little tidbits of it walking into a practice at OGC after getting beat up, and this too shall pass. After it's going to be 2 hours of this, and then we're going to be done. We're going to go get an omelet from Flour or something like that. Flour is the chef, by the way, for those of you. I right, that's right.
Like memory just warms my heart.
Yeah. And yeah, that I think that I think I like learning how to lean on that would have been really cool, and just exercising those emotions and the willpower over your emotions. I think it's just something that's so cool.
It's so cool that you did it, Nathan.
It's so cool. Is there anything that stands out when you look back now of like, wow, I learned something new about myself?
Oh yeah, tons. I think that I do think about the psychology of groups. Definitely. I mean, because in my life now, I mean, I'm often trying to build a business, and that's our group. Like we want how like. I look at it, it's not just like, hey, these are our teachers, these are, go teach lessons, okay, now we're going to go home. It's like, how do we make this into like something that's like a team, something that we feel a part of, we feel mission driven, and we feel like we're making a difference in these kiddos' lives? Because like, I remember my swim instructor that I had when I was 5 years old, right? Like I follow him on Facebook and he goes salmon fishing with his like son. And like, how do I teach these young people who are in, their early years of college or in high school that like, this is not just like scooping like Kung Pao chicken at Panda Express. Like this is something that's going to make a difference in someone's life. So I I don't think like intense fear really plays a part into or has any place into what I do there, but like learning how your emotions can be contagious and how positivity and those emotions can also be contagious, and pick someone up from a bad day, because we're just very blessed to teach kids how to swim, and oftentimes it's in the sun. Let's see what else. I do think that level of grit was really nice to experience, because like towards the end of my like swim career, I kind of was like a cat, right? Where it was just like I'd go really fast in the pool, and then like Dave would like stop me from trying too hard or like actually reaching like threshold pace, because like that would take away from my speed work. Like it would slow me down. So I didn't get to exercise that grit muscle, and I really got into this level of comfort where it was like I am all in 100% fast, or I am just going super slow. And I kind of took that into a lot of different aspects of my life. Like, oh, I'm tired. Like, I just need a rest. I need a rest. But like, there was no rest there. And it kind of just like was a wake up call. It's like, I don't need to be at 100% for anything anymore. Like, I need to get stuff done. Like, I need to live my life. I don't need to like figure out like strategically how to take naps, and if I can't, then do a meditation so that I don't know, for whatever reason. So that was something that I took back from there too. And yeah, I mean, it was just like, you never know how you're going to react to it. Like I think you and me talking about it has maybe changed your thoughts and feelings about it too. And I didn't know, and I in some ways I'm like, yeah, I'm proud of the way I responded to it all. It was just like, I don't go bungee jumping on my free time. I don't go skydiving, but like I dropped off a bridge, executed the task that they told me to do, and I was able to like manage it. Like, that was cool. That was the test, and for that particular one, I was able to pass it. So it was I don't know. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, as always, you make all of us proud, and I'm sure it was really cool for you to see yourself maybe in a different light and being like, like I can do this. And back to what you were talking about, like, I'm glad you scratched that itch.
Yeah.
I just refuse to watch you get.
That's fair. No, I was kind of like, ooh, like, I don't like, it's just like, I can't even imagine Hallie having to watch that back. Like, but yeah, we're all proud of you. And we're going to go into our final 3 questions with that, which you've answered. So I'm curious to see if your word, and some of your answers change. So
Mm-hmm.
the first question is, what is a moment or memory inside the sport of swimming that's brought you the most joy?
Oh gosh, I mean, there's so many, man. You're that's so unfair to ask somebody that because it's like asking a parent who their favorite kid is. Um,
Yeah.
the one that does, I mean, this is probably um, pretty expected, I guess, in a way. But like, I remember after winning in 2012, like walking out onto the podium, like in one side, I got to see. I remember seeing Matt doing one of these, which was
Of
really
course.
sweet. Looking over the other side, seeing my mom, and then NBC or whoever was in charge was able to bring my mom down to the front so I could. I mean, I couldn't actually hug her, but I could at least hold her hand for a moment and give her my flowers. And that was at least when you asked me that question here today, March 7th at around noon, is what I think of.
All right, next one is the same thing, but a moment that has given you joy outside of the pool.
Yeah, you're asking a dad this now. It's just hanging out
Yeah.
with girls.
I know. We're giving you the heavy hitters today.
You know what I know, right? It's funny. I the nature versus nurture debate, of course, and like I really have not pushed swimming onto the girls even in the slightest, but like it is, they love it. They love it, and
Oh,
like
that's so cool.
yeah, like we're not training, obviously, but if it's, I don't remember what it was. It was like we're having, not all sorts of issues, but we are managing Parker's screen time right now, and that is never easy. But like one thing, it was kind of surprising because there's a lot of times there's nothing that can take her away happily from screen time. But it was, hey, do you want to go swimming? And she said, okay. She just like put the phone down immediately and was like, yeah, and just ran upstairs and got her suit on. So that's very, very sweet.
Wow.
That's so cute.
Is she at AC Swim Club?
Yeah, Wednesdays at 3:30 with teacher Liana.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. All right, so last question. What is a word that represents something that you want to be, or you want to encompass, or just motivates you?
Was that the same question from before? Was that the same? Okay, so I do feel I think I still have the same general answer in gratitude. Um, I still am so grateful for our time that we got to spend swimming, um, the relationships we made, being able to just like hammer this path out of getting to where I am now in life, and it really was all enabled by the sport of swimming. Um, yeah, I think that's going to be it. I don't want to. I think I sometimes get so grateful that I like forget to exercise that grit or willpower muscle too sometimes though. So maybe I'll
Huh.
just sprinkle a little bit of grit and willpower in there too. Because again, it's life in 2025 is not easy. I don't think anybody will
No.
tell you that. But I do get to live a very blessed life where I get to really prioritize my family and spend a lot of time with my girls, and that was something that I was conscious about when I was swimming, and like something that I would think about because I didn't want to. When you start over, and you both of you can speak to this, you could really just make like this kind of parallel move. They're changing lanes in a way, but like you're still going to go back to like square one or square zero in whatever career path you end up starting in, and that's freaking hard because it's like going back to like age group one lessons and like being an absolute beginner when you're used to being like the top of the skill chart, and like to try to do that into the professional world is it's a doozy. I think it's really it brought a lot of reality checks into people on their own abilities to do whatever it might be. But I was lucky to experience swimming for a long enough time and then kind of parlay that into more swimming, thankfully, and get to spend a lot of time with my kiddos during the time of their lives that they want to spend it with me.
How about gratitude? You can combine them.
Dude, I like it.
She was thinking about that the whole time.
I was like,
I like it.
But like everything you said is true. But I love the take on that though, because I'm the opposite. I struggle to have enough gratitude, I think. And so I'm always like, but I do agree, like having that grit is so helpful to start over and have success. So if you combine them, it's like the perfect balance of the two.
I love that. Well done. Thank you. While I was ranting, your brain was going.
Mic drop. And I feel like this conversation definitely did change your mind on special forces.
Oh my God, Nathan. Yeah.
Nathan, you are, yeah.
I want to have more conversations with you to like, I think you would do awesome. I just want to talk to you more about it. I just want to talk to you more about it. I mean,
I have more questions.
Unbelievable. Such a cool experience. And just so much learning. And I know you'd absolutely crush it and also do us very proud.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Nathan. We, as always, have so much fun talking. We could keep talking, but we'll let you get on
that went
your
so
day.
fast. Holy cow.
I know. It's already been an hour. So we're like, we're not going to talk for an hour. I'm like, absolutely not. It's been an hour. So we'll let you get on with your day, but we just appreciate you.
I appreciate you all. Keep crushing it. I love watching.